Oh. Oh, I don't know, maybe like 400. No, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 200, I would think. But this group seems to be, oh my god, like 3 minutes for a reset. So technically, like every, what is it, like 33 runs is the drop zone chance for 1 Uber. So I guess with 215, like, it's still not extremely unlucky, but it is unlucky. This is like lagging like crazy. Hope it gets better. But I hope I can still find the stupid Shako. I really want to have it for tomorrow. Maybe if I can find a faster group than this one here. So, I like... What the hell is this? I farmed like... I don't know, like materials for, I believe, 70 runs. And then I just watched a random video and I just figured out, like, you can actually sell the Varshan sets on Diablo.trade for like, I believe it's like 15 million for one Varshan set. And then you can buy the Duriel set for 10 million. It's like completely retarded. Like, I don't know what's going on with that, but basically, one Varshan set is like worth more than a Duriel set. So you can just go there, sell all your Varshan sets, and just buy Duriel sets. And you don't have to do the bosses. You will get like 4 times more Duriel runs. Like the other one, the Gregoire, or however you like pronounce that thing. It's like 6 million, I think. Yeah, just buy it. Like, really, I just bought 100 runs for like 1 billion and I still have like another 1.4. So it's like really stupid. Like, you can still farm the Varshan meds because they are like still pretty valuable. But I wouldn't farm Hell Tides. Like, if you pay 6 million for the set from the Hell Tides, I wouldn't even go there. Like, it's like not worth your time. I have the Starless Skies ring. I have the Andariels. I guess that's it. I guess I'm pretty unlucky. But yeah, it's still RNG. RNG will always stay RNG. It's annoying because Shaco's like so overpowered. They should just make it like, you know, you can drop... Like, they should just make a rotation for the Uber Uniques. Like, you get every Uber Unique once. Like, I don't see, like, a huge issue with that, actually. Like, it wouldn't hurt. Like, you still have to do, like, 500 Uber Duriels, which is, like, a stupid high time investment. But they could at least reward you with getting every stupid unique once instead of getting like one and Duriel's face like 10 times. Yeah, it's super laggy. Like, why is Blizzard servers always patch day? These servers are like busted. Like, the worst thing about Duriel is it just drops too much loot. Because I don't know how people like can go through items so fast. Like, I literally need to like look at every item for like at least 4 seconds to value if I want to keep it or not. And then they are like just rushing through it. I don't know what they do. Like, blows my mind. But I'm old. Well, I would sell everything, but I still need like so many items. Like, I need armor pieces, I need rings, I need amulets. Like, I just need that stuff. That's why I just can't sell it. It's probably the better solution, but I don't know. I guess it depends what your goal is. Like, my hopings is I can find the Shako and the items I need. Maybe that's just stupid. Maybe I should just not do it. This group is like the slowest of all times. I need to find a new one. Like, if I need 5 minutes for a run, I'm never gonna get like anything here. But Varshan is actually not, like, it's not that difficult to farm. You just don't perma-farm it. But if you just do your world bosses and just do the blood tide events, the blood harvest events, it's actually, like, you get a lot of materials with, like, very little time investment. Like, Helltide is way more of a time investment. Yeah. End of story, like, you can buy the materials. And, you know, probably, I don't know what the RNT prices for Diablo Gold are now, but, you know, it kind of depends. But, you know, if it's like $10 to get like 100 Duriel runs, you know, what are you gonna do? Farm Helltides for 45 hours? Or just buy it for like 10 bucks? Like, I farmed so many Helltides, like, if, like, I have, like, I don't know, like, 5,000 of those materials. I just can't do it anymore, I'm over it. And you don't even need to RMT it, like, you can just, like, you just need to find one good rare item, and that's gonna sell for, like, 1 billion. And then you can buy 100 1800 Fiend Roses and 1400 Forgotten Souls. So, like, I'm never gonna run out of those. So why would I ever farm like Helltide again? I just can't do it. I also don't want to farm this stupid Duriel, but... I just noticed I don't have damage numbers. Like, can this stupid barbs just kill these mobs? Like, why do I always have to kill them? Like, if Blizzard would sell me the Shako for like $100, I would just buy it. Like, pay for power, just, I don't care. Like, do it, don't do it. Or if you would say, like, you know, it's you would adapt like the World of Warcraft system a little bit. You would be like, you know, if you kill Duriel, you get like a ticket or like whatever, like a crystal, whatever. That is just so not like there's anything like challenging in this. It is just stupidly farming this boss or RNG. So why don't you just reward people with try? It would be cool if it would be like some, like if you compared for like to like Pass of Exile, like there's items which are like the rarities like so far beyond this Shako. Like this is what, like 0.5% drop chance or something like that. So I mean, this is not the worst drop chance, right? This is absolutely obtainable. But if you do like very rare items where the drop chance is like 0.0001, I would get it. But like, I don't see the RNG for like a 0.3, just have me farm materials and then craft it or whatever. Like, it's like, if you go back to D2, like Shako wasn't unobtainable, like it would drop like every other day, right? So it was still rare, but you know, you would find it, and with this Duriel, it's like, I don't even want to look at the helms which drop. Depressing. So what time is the thing starting tomorrow? Is it like 7 p.m. or is it like 9 p.m. like European time again? Yeah, that's like 8 or 9. I don't know the daylight saving time. Sorry, right now. I hope it will release. Like the last 2 times, the patches were like, the download started like what, 15 minutes before the patch, and then the European download servers were like at like 8 kilobytes per second, while the American download servers were like blasting. That was like so unfair. Maybe they learned this time, but like I got a feeling this is totally going to go wrong. Like I just assume there's too much hype. Too many people trying to log in. Before they always did the pre-patch. I don't know why they do the pre-patch. Like in all other games, they started like, for example, for the big World of Warcraft updates, they always used to start like the patches like even like a week before they had. At least there's somebody with damage in this group. You're just coming out of this. I think that's what I gotta do to make it more efficient. You just mark everything as junk. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, actually. That makes it so much easier. Ah. Oh no. You know, whenever you see 2 uniques dropping, you'll be like, oh, yo, this is going to be it. And then it's like, what? 2 wands? Really? Like, I had one time, there was like a helm and a unique chest piece dropping. And it seems like the Uber uniques always drop like as an additional unique. So you're always like already hyped. This is gonna be it. And no, it's not gonna be it. It's actually not bad. So one run takes like 2 minutes in this group. It's just way too long. Oh my god. I hope the 10 runs are going to be over fast. This is like the most boring activity, really. Seems to be getting a little bit faster at least. Is it new that these mobs always run in there? It just feels like this never happened to me before. Like now all of a sudden I have to kill those mobs every time. Like so annoying. Ballz. Go. Keep this, maybe I will play an overpower build once. Yeah, but I just feel like they didn't run in before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I should just kill them because they are so slow anyway, so I might just kill those mobs. Like, why do they always go AFK in town? Why don't just... Like, what is wrong with people's brains? Like, you'll be like, I'm gonna annoy everybody else because I'm just going AFK. Might just go AFK while the stupid event is running. So I have 13 runs in 26 minutes. If I continue at this rate, I'm not gonna make it. I swear. The next group's gotta be faster. Finally. At least I can kill Duriel fast. Man, they should just make those mats farmable. Like, I feel like Lost Ark had a better itemization. Like, the game is pretty trash, but the itemization was very good. I can just feel farming for material is better than farming for drops. If you are farming for drops, those drops should be super rare. Like, extremely rare. Like the Uber Uniques were before patch. That would be okay in general. Maybe not that rare. Or like have, you know, whenever you salvage an Uber Unique, like you can salvage 3 Uber Uniques to craft a new one or something like that. Just give like something to reward effort and take at least a little bit of RNG out. I mean, it's still going to be RNG, right? If you find it with your first Duriel run, it's still great RNG, you will be happy. But if you don't find it with like 500 runs, it like at some point it just gets like depressing. And you can't trade in this game, so like if you go back to other Diablo, go to D2, like you need a Shako, yeah, just trade it like it was like an rune or whatever. So no big deal, you can just farm runes all day and then get your rune and get your Shako. Like, no big deal. But this game has like no economy. I think building economies is important for online games. If you can't build an economy in your game, like, yeah, it might be great for casual gamers, but as you can see, there's already like black market economy building. Like, for everything you can build economy, there is already economy. Like Diablo.trade, you can buy the Duriel mats. There's certain values for certain items, so there is already an economy outside of the in-game economy. Which is just, I don't know. I don't know why you would prevent games from building their own economy. Like Path of Exile, for example, does a great job in building the game's economy. Because like kind of the rarity of the items kind of defines the price, and the more rare an item gets, the more expensive it gets, and the more like impossible is it to play a certain build because you need like impossible rare items for it. Like I just think that's like such a good system. But that obviously requires build enabling uniques first, which we don't have. Is it reset or is it not reset? I have no clue. Probably not. Oh. So what do you think? Will Ball Lightning work in Abattoir of Zir, or will it just die? Like, I'm really, like, interested in if the tier 25 is really gonna be a challenge. Like, it's probably not gonna be an issue farming, like, 15s or, like, 18s or whatever. But if the, like, I don't think you will need, like, to farm, like, 200 levels of this glyph to, like, beat tier 25. But if it's just stupid face roll, you can just build max damage Ball Lightning and just go to tier 25. Like, after leveling that glyph to, like, 50, that would be, like, so depressing. Like, I would be just really annoyed. Like, I don't know. I kinda wish for difficulty there. But more like defensive-wise, because they said it doesn't scale, so the monsters scale more like in hit points, but not in, like, damage. But maybe that's not true for, like, tier 25s. Because it would be really interesting if you would need to build, like, certain builds around it, like, to beat the highest tier, that you couldn't just, like, use Ball Lightning and just face roll it. Because you would just get insta-gipped by, like, any unstoppable monster killing you instantly. So you would maybe, like, you know, having to build around it, or having to build a certain strategy to beat that, instead of just face rolling it. But probably it's not gonna be like that. It's probably just gonna be face roll, like, face it. If it's just in DPS chat later, it's, like, going to be so boring. Then there's basically just two builds which can face roll it, and the other ones will be like, meh, whatever. I don't even still believe that this glyph is, like, the way... Like, nobody ever confirmed. Like, I know it says, like, for every core stat, and everybody is assuming it works for every core stat. But I have never seen, like, that glyph for real, and I don't know where that information comes from. But if I would have designed that glyph, I would just make it the class core stat, not all core stats. And it's gonna be interesting, because everybody says it's gonna do 1000% extra damage. Because everybody says it's going to be all core stats. But I'm not sure if that's actually true. I would be just... I don't know. It would be just strange. I would just more like... feel like it would be just, for example, just intelligence for sorcerers. And the other core stats wouldn't matter. Like... But I don't know. Like, it's kind of a wording. Like, is strength my core stat? Like, is this my primary stat? Like, it doesn't even say it in the tooltip. Would be smarter to just write primary stat then there, maybe, but I don't know. I really just hope it's not all core stats. And I really hope it doesn't give 1000% extra damage. I really don't want to farm this to, like, 200. I don't know if barrier generation will ever become a thing. I was playing around with barrier sorcerers. Actually pretty cool, but it's useless. Yeah, this is not... I wish it wouldn't lag. I don't think if you need Ubers, like for example, Shako is only for Ball Lightning, right? Like, at least for Sorceress. Like, Shako... Well, yeah, you can play Chain Lightning or whatever, but it's not gonna do anything, right? Like, we all admit by now that the only damage Sorceress can effectively do comes from Ball Lightning. Like, upwards of a certain extent. So the only thing which is going to be buffed by it is going to be Ball Lightning. Yeah, it gives some utility because you can save some stat points on the defensive skills, for example. But in the end, like, that Shako is just a stat stick to give you, like, 4 extra ranks of Ball Lightning. That's all it is. So I wouldn't say it's build enabling, it just gives you... It is not even that much. Like, it gives you like 20-25% extra damage maybe. So if you really get like, you know, if you get like 1,000 X, yeah, I mean, 25 is still 25% more damage, right? But if the 1,000 X is going to be way more than enough to enable other builds, then Shako is not going to be a build enabler at all. So I just think it's a nice item to have on top of your build, because it has like those extra 4 ranks. But besides that, I don't think it's going to be required, and I don't think Shako is build enabling for any build at all. Because it's really just... It sounds really great that it's 4 extra skill points, but it's really just like 25% extra damage. Well, I mean, it's for free, obviously. 25% extra damage for free is super nice. Like, that's why everybody's farming the Shako, because it's a great modifier. But it's not like it's the end of the world if you can't get it. If you say it like that, yeah. I mean, look, there's people who are like unable to craft builds, and they waste like way more than 25% at different points. So really 25% sounds a lot, but it's not like 100%. It's like 25%, right? It's not... If you're gonna take 5 minutes and you get it 25% faster, that's gotta be what, like 6 minutes. So it's not like game breaking. Like, is it worth your time to farm like Duriel for like 15 hours straight? Like, from a time investment? Like, let's say you need 15 hours to farm the Shako, right? Which I guess it's... Well, let's just say it's 15 hours, yeah? Maybe more, maybe less, it doesn't really matter. But if you then, like, take the time you would add on top of your runs to, like, go to Abattoir or whatever, with those 25% less damage, you would probably end up with a time win in the end. The only thing is you can farm it beforehand. If you couldn't farm it beforehand, then You would like let's say it like that. If you don't have Shako tomorrow, you're better off just doing the content than farming the Shako. Because you're just gonna level up the Tears of Blood glyph way faster to get way more damage bonus than hunting the Shako. So that's why I will not be depressed if I don't find the Shako today. So I will be just, yeah, whatever. I don't have it. Such is life. Correct. I can guarantee you, like, there's nobody going to do any more Duriel runs tomorrow. Like, from tomorrow on, it's gonna be over. Like, nobody's gonna do it. You're not gonna even find a group, probably. Maybe it's not that bad, but it's gonna be tough. You have so many eggs for. Like, how can you be so retarded? Anyway, I guess I can find a better group faster now.
Don't ruin all that work. Let's find a new group. I guess it's a good point. Like, I just can't play hardcore because I want to make videos, and if I would die, that would be just so depressing, so I can't stand it. Yeah, they should just make at least like I mean, I don't understand it because they have the systems, right? They used it in like World of Warcraft for like ages, and it is not like even in retail World of Warcraft, it's not a bad thing. Like they added like this whole Titan forging stuff, which is like totally annoying, and they should have never done that. But like just by obtaining like sigils or whatever to like then trade them into like for items later, I don't think that's like
any kind of bad for. Like, I don't think that hurts our APGs. ARPGs, whatever. Like... What was this? 18, 19. Let's go! God, it's only 20 runs. This is going so slow. Oh, this looks better. Like, why does it have this dash animation anyway? Oh, I think the lag is gone. I think this is a good group. I think this could get me to Shako. Eventually. Oh, this is good. I like this. And then, like, it's so random, right? Like, you have, like, terrible lag for, like, 1 hour, and it doesn't, like, degrade or something. It's just, all of a sudden, it's just gone. Like, all of a sudden, there's no lag anymore. Like, how does that even work? It's the server, like, you know, it's like, the server likes you, or it doesn't like you? Like, is it that way? No problem, we just gotta do 379 more runs. Easy. Oh, helmet. It's not gonna be it. More Godslayer crowns for the junk. No, my builds are all on max roll. I'm like old. I cannot use different websites. I'm like, you know, if I use a website, it takes for me like half an hour to learn how it works. Like, I cannot adapt to that stuff anymore. Like, I cannot even use smartphones. I'm happy with what I can use. No, this is Spark Unstable Currents build. It's the build I'm going to be using for Abattoir. And it's gonna release in pretty much 1 hour from now, so at like 7:30 p.m. Central, European Central Time. I will post the guide. That's the build I'm gonna use tomorrow. And it's like super defensive. And I don't know if it's going to be too defensive or not. But I just... Like, I kind of got this feeling that it's not going to be about damage, but about staying alive, mainly. And I might be completely wrong. But I just feel like the guy in the campfire who was, like, playing... I just felt like he was, like... First of all, his build was, like, terrible, and he didn't have damage numbers on, and he didn't show his Paragon board, and I didn't look at his glyphs, but most were level 1, so I don't even see what glyphs he had equipped, but maybe those were also terrible, I don't even know. He had control glyph on, but he wasn't... No, it wasn't control glyph. He had some kind of glyph on which had no effect. I don't remember what it was exactly. What was it? He had like some glyph which wouldn't work. Damn, I lost track. This has gotta be... I just call this 24 now. I know it's... I think it's 25, but I call it 24. Yeah, exactly. I use Blizzard for damage reduction and chill synergy. Because it's not gonna do anything here on Duriel, right? But I use it... I use a lot of damage reduction on it. And I don't know if I'm gonna need it. If I'm not gonna need it, I would just respec. But right now I have like 250% damage reduction. So if I overshoot it, you know, that's not an issue. I'm just gonna adapt it. But I just want to start with like... I don't want to waste too many of the sigils. Because they are pretty expensive. I mean, I have a lot of sigil powder. But I just feel like, you know... you're probably not gonna die during the run. So probably what's going to be killing you is the Bloodseekers at the end. And then if you do the entire run and then just killed by the Bloodseekers in the end, that's going to be so annoying. But you just wasted like, whatever, like 5-6 minutes. And you get no reward for the run whatsoever. So I think you will need defenses for the Bloodseekers in the very end. Even if they have like Unstoppable or like Barrier Breakers, Armor Breakers or whatever, like crazy affixes, right? And then they maybe have like CC resistance. And then you're just gonna die and your run is like over. And I really don't want that happen. So I crafted a build which basically I can just face tank indefinitely. Because I have like 5 attacks a second basic skill, I have Undying, I have like 25% damage reduction. You have like a permanent barrier with Unstable Currents and Lightning Spear. Because Lightning Spear counts as using a cooldown, so if your Unstable Currents launches a Lightning Spear, that counts as using a cooldown. So your barrier from the protection passive essentially refreshes like multiple times a second, so it's never gonna break that barrier.
And it is like really strong. Like you can tank like the Death Pulse explosion. Like you don't die if you like eat like one of the poison explosions. It's in general very forgiving, but well, obviously it comes with the trade-off of having less damage. So I really hope I can get away with it. Not 25%, 250%. What do you mean? No, my armor is really high. Like I have like a 10.5k base. So that's really not low. Like putting Disobedience on your amulet, like it depends on the breakpoint. Like I reach like about 15k armor unbuffed right now. I don't know, it is like 10.5k I believe. Well, this is actually right now I'm wearing Godslayer crown and T-balls, so this is not going to be the build. Like I'm just wearing this to do more damage on Duriel. Like this is not my items. I will wear regular pants and regular helmet. That's why my armor is low right now. Now I get it. No, it is going to be higher. Like I can just put it on. Like it doesn't even matter. I will do it like when I go to chest. So I have 10.5k base armor. And I would have even more, but I don't have good armor rolls. Like I only have like 24% on the rolls. Like, I don't find any amulets. Is it like Duriel? Doesn't it drop amulets? Like, is it random? Like, I haven't found a single one. I will show you my real armor when I go to town. I don't even think I need to do damage here. I don't do damage anyway. Like, I don't have boss damage. Like, gotta face it. There's no boss damage here. Not my primary concern. Oh wow, I just talked about there's no amulets dropping and now I get one. Sell this.
All things have value, I suppose.
So this is the real ones. Yeah, so I have 10.6k base armor.
So you can reach like crazy high damage reductions if you like get the right glyphs. Like this one here is like 27% damage reduction, which is like completely crazy. Like this Frigid Fate board is like really terrible, but in general it has like so much damage reduction. It has like 6 of these 3% nodes here, it has 12% here, it has 27% here, it has like and then by using reinforced I have another 15%, so this board alone gives like, I don't know, 70% DR. This one. I want. But I wish it wouldn't be so dramatic to do these runs. Like, it's so hard to find a good group.
Yes, I'll see you again.
You don't want that.
Go on, I need more runs. I wish they would just make, like, you can just solo farm it and get 4 times the drop rate on Uber uniques. Like, that would be so nice. Like, just flip a switch and go into solo mode. Like, these parties are not contributing to any kind of social aspect. It's just pure stupidity. Oh my god! Fuck you. I hate it. That was just such a terrible bait. Like, who wouldn't wanna, like, have 2 Godslayer crowns in one more go, right? So that... Yeah, but it's not just 2 uniques, it's 2 helmets. Like, no. Just no. Like, they shouldn't do that. If there's 2 helmets, dropping one should be a Shako. Or, like, at least, like, anti-phase. Which nobody needs. Because it's garbage. But no, I feel like that is, like, not nice. Like, I want a refund. Should go on Reddit. Just upload the clip and be like, whoa. At least I have the control now and I can reset. Like, why do I get the max armor roll helmets with just garbage on? Like, I don't need Hydra. Go away. Maybe I should... No, don't need to. It's gonna drop. I know it. Like somewhere in the next 50 runs. The double helmet was definitely a sign. I would want... Oh my god, there's again. This is going to be it. Like, this is it. Not another one! No!
Need something. You don't want that.
This is a hot server now. You remember like clone hunting in Diablo 2? Like this is a hot server now. It's gonna drop. I have like 4 of those on Duriels already. But the chest armor and the helmet I had like 3 times the same combination and it was always anti-phase. But no worries, it's gonna drop. Gonna be here. Just a few more. A few hundred more. Just a few hundred more. I can't even remember if I still need like an aspect. I got a feeling I still need 1 aspect, but I can't remember which one. So I'm probably just gonna salvage it anyway. Why did you get banned? Like you didn't get banned for buying them, right? Oh, that's me. Like, there's so many Chinese sellers for these materials. But I don't see why they would ban you for just trading them. Like, if you dupe them yourself, yeah, you probably should get banned. But why would you get banned for like trading them? Hope they don't ban me for trading them. Maybe you shouldn't buy 1000. Maybe you should just start like low. Yeah, that's possible. You don't want to overdo trading in Blizzard games. I mean, Blizzard always used to ban you for exploiting economy, like even if you would be, like in, for example, in World of Warcraft, if you would just play the auction house, like, but do it to like a certain extent, even though you would not be using bots, but just using the regular add-ons, they would still ban you at some point, or at least suspend you for like a couple of days, because they don't want you to play the game internal economy. Like, happened to me a couple of times back in the days.
I've got more. You don't want that.
But I mean, if you buy, like... I mean, I guess it depends on the volume. Like, at some point, I guess it gets fishy. Like, if you buy, like, 1000 Duriel runs, like, you wouldn't buy them for yourself, right? I mean, yes, you could probably do 1000 Duriel runs, but... You know, most likely, it's pretty clear that you do it to play the game economy. And... playing the game economy is actually against Blizzard's terms of service, even though it's not like a hack or anything. It's pretty much just being smart, like if you think about it. Like it's, in World of Warcraft they do it all the time, right? They buy like a certain material. Like in World of Warcraft Classic, like we would buy like the materials before like the raid opens and then just sell them for like 3 times the amount. And you wouldn't get banned for that, but if you like did it to a very extensive amount, like if you would do like, I don't know, like 10 guild banks full of that material and essentially like emptying the entire auction house for an extended period of time, they would suspend you. Yeah, but they usually don't perma-ban for that unless you're like... you have like a Chinese IP address or something like that. Like if you're from China or from like Africa or something like that, then they usually do that. Like they sometimes do that. But usually they don't perma-ban you for first offense. Unless you're botting. Like if you use a bot, they perma-ban you for first offense, no problem.
Yeah, well, that sucks, I guess. Well, like, it doesn't matter if you can prove it or not. Like, if they perma-ban you, they're not gonna reset it. Like, no matter what. Like, you can appeal all day long, they're not gonna reset a perma. They never do. This is actually strong. Is the paper chargeback thing still working on Blizzard? Yeah, because they still have the problem with so it depends on the payment method, right? If you do credit card chargeback on PayPal, it usually goes through. But if you paid, for example, with PayPal balance, PayPal will just close the case and just say it's digital goods. There's no warranty. Like it's kind of depending. So that's at least how it was in the past. Like they cannot fight credit card chargeback. Like PayPal doesn't fight credit card chargeback at all because fighting a credit card chargeback, no matter if you win or not, costs like $50. So PayPal doesn't do it. PayPal will just refund on any credit card chargeback pretty much, unless the amount is high enough. That's also the thing I like. One company I used to work for, we had the same issue. Like we were like credit card chargebacked, and we were like, yeah, no, don't fight it, just refund. It's not worth the effort. And then even like if you use American Express, it's like extremely. It's like $120 or something like that. It's like ridiculous amounts. And also you don't have to go over a certain rate. So if you fight a certain rate of chargebacks, they're gonna like tier you up in like the fees you have to pay. So it's like a really nasty system. But people used to do that all the time, like back in the days where like boarding was very popular in Diablo 3 at the very beginning, for example, with the real money auction house. People used to buy accounts with like debit card and PayPal accounts, and then after like 30 days, they just charge back them, and that worked like a charm. This one is actually good. I will probably never use this ring, but anyway.
Come back if you need anything else. Hmm?
Well, so you get banned, and then they tell you, yeah, but we can remove the license from your account and you can buy a new one and you can play on the account again. But we're not gonna flag you, like we're not gonna ban you again, just trust me. Like it's gonna be fine. Just buy a new one. Trust us, bro. We're not gonna ban you. Wait, what? They will be like our internal guidelines prohibit us from banning a single account 2 times. So just buy a new one. We're not gonna ban you again. Trust us. Like 5 minutes later, they're gonna tell you the same thing, right? You're gonna buy your third one. Probably even buy Collector's Edition. Like, if you buy Collector's Edition, we're not gonna ban you again, right? If you buy the normal, well... I hope I get it. At least, I mean, 42 runs, I got 1 Uber Unique, which is useless, but like statistically, I'm still on track. If you buy a horse, you only get temporary bans, so like... Well, that sounds like a good strategy. Like, you should have bought the extra platinum, the battle pass, because if you have... Like, if you have, what was it, like 666? Or like, I don't know, it was like missing, what, like 4 platinum? So if you bought that, and you would just miss like 5 platinum to get your next battle pass, then they wouldn't ban you. Because you would gonna purchase it anyway. So they would wait for you to purchase the battle pass, and then they would ban you. But yeah, like... That is a game monetization in 2023. Just ban people and hope they buy it again. Like, release an unfinished game. Then make a $100 expansion 1 year later. So you just buy the same game all over again every year. Like... It's just so stupid. And everyone is gonna buy it anyway, like unless PoE 2 like kills it. Like if PoE 2 gets like attracting to casual players, and then you have like this whole YouTube community. Is it my turn? I mean, still, like Diablo 4 is like a casual gamers game. Like, they add, like, they add elements for, like, non-casual gamers. But in the end, like, you gotta say, you gotta, like, get it like this, like, from Blizzard, like, from, like, a public, traded company standpoint. Right, they already made like probably like 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, maybe even 5 times the development cost on the initial take. And then they already, I don't know the term for it, but you know, it's a tax thing, right? You can say the development cost for the next iteration of the game, we can already deduct from the taxes this year. And that's why they developed the expansion, because they can actually save taxes this year by developing an expansion next year, and they can do that basically every year and just postpone their tax payments on the money they make with the game, which is like a stupid system, but that's how basically these business things work. So they just develop an expansion then sell it to everyone again, make a whole bunch of money again, everybody is happy, right? And then next year they're just gonna do it all over again. And then take like whatever, like Path of Exile as an example. They do like the exact opposite of it. I mean, for Diablo 2, the expansion made the game playable, right? I feel like for Diablo 3, the expansion wasn't really a big deal. I mean, it didn't really change any fundamental stuff of the game, I felt like. But for Diablo 2, like, basically what made the game came with the expansion. Like, the runes and the rune words, which is pretty much the game Diablo 2, that came with the expansion. And I don't think it's gonna be like this for D4. Forgot to do this. Dash it. But I mean, D4 is like a great game mechanic-wise. Like, they really did a good job on that. Like, you can't deny it. Like, yeah, everything about itemization, endgame content, like the itemization stats, like it's total garbage, right? But the core game engine, like it really plays good. Like it feels like a great game to play. It's just missing everything else on top of the core engine. Why is it the last chance? Well, tomorrow we're gonna have the Abattoir of Zir, right? And there's this Tears of Blood glyph, which essentially gives you multiplicative damage for every level you farm. So farming Shako is not gonna be worth it anymore because Shako gives you like 25% damage increase on Ball Lightning, and you're gonna be way better off just farming glyph XP and getting your damage bonus that way. So from tomorrow on, probably nobody's gonna farm Duriel anymore, at least in seasonal. I mean, at least, I guess, I mean, it will be very hard to find a seasonal Duriel group from tomorrow on, because everybody is just gonna be blasting. Yeah, I think Season 3 is probably not gonna bring anything. Like, it's gonna bring the leaderboards, and that's probably gonna be it. So it's... I think it's going to be like Season 1 a little bit, because, you know, Season 1 was... It was cool at the beginning, but then it, like, immediately fell off. Like, I think I just played, like, a month in Season 1, and then I just stopped because there was simply nothing to do. And with Season 3, it's probably gonna be a little bit similar. Like, you're gonna farm your builds, and then you're gonna do the gauntlet, or however it's gonna be called. And then that's probably gonna be it. I mean, maybe they release something else. But I also just feel like with the itemization changes not coming in the next season, there's like so little... I mean, I wouldn't put so much effort in, because well, unless the season mechanic is really great, Like, I would probably just play the gauntlet, like, you know, do the leaderboards, and then just, you know, I could just go to Eternal Realm if the seasonal mechanics would not be, like, anything super game-breaking. And because I have all the gear on Eternal, and I don't really want to farm the Shako once again in season. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, so unless the season really brings anything on top of leaderboards, which is interesting to play, I will probably go to Eternal Realm after that. And then hope for the itemization changes in Season 4, because that's actually then hopefully gonna open up the opportunities for new builds and stuff like that. Because, I mean, look at, like Season 2, like, Season 2 didn't really open a lot of new builds, I feel like. I mean, for Sorcerers, it literally didn't open any new builds, but Ball Lightning. And Ball Lightning was the thing in Season 1, too. Like, it would work before, right? It was just, like, completely over the roof. But it was a thing before, so it's not really a new build. There was nothing new. And yeah, I don't know. I think people will still play the season. But it highly depends on what they will offer, right? If people don't play the season, they won't buy the battle pass, so that would be pretty bad for Blizzard, right? So they have to get people to play the season. Yeah, but so, I mean, in Season 1, it was like a complete failure, right? And people dropped off, like, super, super early. And in Season 2, if there wouldn't be Abattoir of Zir coming now, like, I would just drop off now. I have everything done, like, there's nothing to do. I have all my builds figured out, like, that's it. So I could just drop off. So, I mean, it's kind of smart that they just do it. Like, they didn't release it with the beginning of the season. They would have released it with the beginning of the season, then people would drop off by now. That's 6-1. 49. Like, the itemization is like so, like, how is it like that I didn't really keep, like, how many items did I keep? Like 5. 5 items out of 50 runs, and every run drops like 10 items each. Like, that's just gotta change. It's like so terrible. It's not even fun. Like, it's just pure torture going through the loot here. I don't really find the Whispers dropping not enough materials, actually. I think they drop quite a few. Like, you have, like, I don't know, like, it's like a 20% chance on every Whisper which gets completed to get, like, the extra mob which drops it. Why would you buy Diablo again if you already bought it? I don't understand. That doesn't sound correct to me.
But just gotta release this build guide real quick here. Two. Right, if you're looking for the build guide, I will update this stream's description right now. Fully. So I just published this build guide. So if you're interested, just check it out. It's like super defensive. I guess Duriel is like the worst showcase for this because this has literally no boss damage. So why you can't play anymore? Like if you bought it, like what, did you get banned? Like why wouldn't you be able to play it after you buy it? I don't get it. So yeah, you can check the build guide in the description down below. That's going to be my starting build for tomorrow. Hope it's gonna work out. Hope I gonna have enough damage. Maybe if I can get this Shako. Yeah, that's the thing with the same ball lightning build you're using to speedrun tier 100s, right? So, you know, it's probably gonna work, but what if the Bloodseekers at the end just kill you? Like, what if the Bloodseekers at the end just get unstoppable and just stomp you? Like, that is the issue I'm having with that. You know, it might just not be the case, but it might as well be the case. And then if it's the case, you're gonna end up with, you know, every, whatever, like, 6 or whatever chance, like the Bloodseekers, for example, get unstoppable or other pretty terrible affixes. You're just gonna die to some bosses, maybe. Like, and then the run is busted. But I don't know, like, it's completely, like, speculative, right? Maybe the bosses at the end are just easy. Like, who knows? Maybe they're hard, maybe they're easy. Nobody can tell. You know, maybe you can easily farm until, like, level, whatever, 100. Level 100, like, level 10 or so. But maybe at some point they get too strong. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you play hardcore, but if you go for a melee build, like, right, if you go for a range stun build, you can still backpedal, like, you can still backtrack
And if you're in melee range and the mob is in your face and it one-shots you because it has like armor breaking or whatever, then it's not gonna help. And that is the issue I would have with that. Like I would be super cautious going in with that. But I mean, I guess you have the elixir of however that's called, like the Undying. I don't play hardcore. Yeah, I mean, if you play Ball Lightning, like if you have Ball Lightning on your bar and you play the orbiting effect or however it's called, like you play meta. Like that's going to be it, right? Like no matter if you have like different defensive stats or whatever, like it is all the same stuff. Like you change an enchantment slot here and there, but you play a meta build. Yeah, but Undying is not going to help you if you get one shot. Like, the only thing from getting one shot is going to help you is just pure damage reduction. Or if you mean the elixir. Like, I don't know how much this elixir costs, but... Also, I don't know, does it have a cooldown? Like, what if you die, like, 2 times in a row? Like, instantly. Yeah, but nobody would ever use Raiment in hardcore. Like, who would use Raiment in hardcore? Like, that just sounds like it's a terrible idea. So if it procs, you go unstoppable, but like you don't go like invulnerable, right? So you just go unstoppable and have to run away. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you can always teleport and run away, I guess, then. If they're really too hard. Well, I guess it's the new interpretation of hardcore. I'm not gonna reply to that message. So it's 7-2, 52. Oh, the math is already getting like difficult in my head. But yeah, I mean, hardcore is it's a different story. Obviously, you don't want to insta push level 10. You want to slowly work your way up, I guess. Like, I'm probably just gonna do the level 1, and then I'm probably just instantly gonna jump into like level 5 or so. Just to try it out. I didn't even notice I got another Godslayer crown. Like, how do I miss the unique helmet dropping? Like, I guess I already know I'm not gonna find it. I bet you are just gonna drop another Andy phase. Like, why would they panic farm Glyph XP? This guy just... Did he just skip me? I swear it was my turn. I gotta get all my glyphs to max level, or I just gonna finish 2 tier 1 abattoirs and do it like in 1/10 of the time. Sounds like a smart decision. Oh, let me reset this. I don't have time all day. Yeah. That's changed. So this is 8-1. 157, I will.
know what I think is gonna happen? Like Blizzard can't get on top of the Duriel mats duping. They probably just, oh my god, Unique Helm. But it's not gonna be it. It's Godslayer. There you go. They're probably just gonna make Duriel free. Because then you don't need to dupe the summoning materials anymore. Like instant 45. That's what they always do. Like if they can't control something, they just make it free. Junk, 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 junk. You know what? Like, I don't understand why they don't make like super simple changes to itemization, like where you could just make instantly, you could make all players happy by, for example, just highlighting max stat. Just give them another color. Like it's like a 5-minute interface, but they don't do it. Instead, they say, "Oh, we are also not gonna do it in season 3, so you're just gonna wait another 3 months for it." Because we can change the color of a font. Like it's like so, like it's impossible to do, just to do some tiny interface adjustments. Like you don't have to overhaul the whole itemization system. Just make some interface adjustments, like it's really not that hard. Like there's game studios with 10 developers who can do it. Long way to go. Like statistically, I should get my second Uber unique this run. But at least I get 2 junk uniques. Should be happy about that. At least I got a better X-Force. So I can swap mine if I get the time to do it. Like, the only thing farming Uber Duriel is doing is giving you all the other uniques with perfect rolls. Not giving you the Ubers, but all other ones with perfect rolls. Which doesn't matter at all. But hey, shouldn't complain, it's just 61 runs in this session. Like 2 more hours left. Maybe I should keep those. Perfect. Like, not if I ever gonna wear Flicker Step, but still it's almost perfect. Retarded. That going to be the melted heart? No, it's not. Another fake double unique drop.
Which Hydra build? Do you mean like the overworld Hydra build? Or the conjuration build? Like I have 2 conjuration builds. The overworld is not good for Nightmare Dungeons. Oh, wait. Double unique with helmet. There it is! Oh, Jesus. I said it, the server was hot.
Yes, yes, I have wares.
Bad.
You don't ruin all that work.
Just 64 runs, like that is not bad. I expected way worse than that. Yeah, I mean I didn't count, but I think it's under 300 runs. It's probably somewhere around 200, 250. It's not that bad. I'm actually happy. So now I can still get the melted heart. I don't have that as well. Let's see if the server is still hot. Oh my god. Alright, that would be interesting. That's good, I met my target. I got the Shako. I guess shouldn't overstretch the luck here. But maybe I can still get the amulet.
Greetings.
And I actually haven't farmed this for like 3 weeks, I guess. Because I was really like trying to avoid it. But the problem is now I need another rare amulet, because I don't have one with total armor which fits my needs, so... I don't even know. I have to look through all my amulets if I have one
which I can use with Shako. If not, I would probably have to put Disobedience on Shako, but I really dislike that idea. Because I'm gonna miss the base armor. And I don't want to get one-shot by a corpse bow while I don't have, like, Disobedience up. Like, do you guys have clean stashes, or is it, like, all messed up? I always have, like, 4 tabs which I can use. I have 9 mules for just one character. Like, I have to clean them up, but I really don't want to do it. I also have still, like, the complete stuff from Season 1 in my stash. Like, this, the first stash tab, I have, like, 190 items in. I really don't want to touch it. Okay, yeah. If you have so many characters, that's probably, like, way more depressing than my situation, because I just have, like, 2 eternal characters in this one here. But the eternal characters, they're all sorcerers, so I don't need to do specific mules. But yeah, I can clean my stash now. That's actually nice. 19%. This is actually... could be good, but it's not.
Need something special? Don't ruin all that work.
Let me just clean this up real quick before I search for a new group. Oh, maybe I should really just stop picking up weapons.
Yes, yes, I have good business.
It's just the most useless thing ever.
You don't want that.
Thank you. I hope I can still get the amulet. And I am like geared for everything which might come. Oh, 60 per... Oh. Good Godslayer. Still junk. Junk. Cooldown reduction, cost reduction. I wish... Like, is it just my feeling that Duriel doesn't drop a lot of amulets? Like, I don't get, like... I get, like, so little amulets from him.
Out of your hands.
Fair travels.
Thanks. Yeah, I didn't think... Well, I was kind of hoping that it still would drop. But... You know, it was pretty fast, just 64 runs. On top of the other 200. Really not that bad. And this is actually... Like, I'm always, like, super excited when I go to the focus ones, because I don't have any good focus, and they are, like, they feel, like, so rare, but they're always junk. Like, depressing. Movement speed, movement... Comes the bureau. Junk. That. Is there any working blue rose build? I don't think so, right? By injured.
Yes, yes, I'll take it.
Only junk. Okay, one more tab. Oh, there's my Shako. Don't want to salvage that one. Yeah, it can use blue rose, but is it actually good? Like, I would just assume like putting like a 30% damage aspect on the ring will just make way more damage than the blue rose would. This. You think I should favorite it? Like, I could just live dangerously here. I'm not gonna salvage that. Like, it's not gonna happen. Because I never salvage. Like... I will do it. Okay. Let's see. Need a new group. 25 rotations. That sounds great. Yeah, I don't like. I just feel like even if you have extra ice spike, the problem is, I mean, I just played it once, but it felt like they have no area of effect, like the ice spikes from Blue Rose. I mean, I never verified it, but I just felt like they don't. All right. There's the next group. Oh, Jesus. I mean, I don't feel you have, like, if you play Frost build, you shouldn't have mana issues. Like, even if you play Blue Rose, like, usually the, how's it called? Frigid Breeze, I guess. Yeah. I usually, with Frigid Breeze and Avalanche, you will have infinite mana. But I was really thinking, I want to have like a Blizzard or an Ice Shard build later for Abattoir, so I have the starting Lightning build because it's very tanky, but I definitely want to do a Frost build. Because I just think it's like a lot of fun. Like I just enjoy Frost builds. And I started the season with Ice Shard into Blizzard. And this point. And I would really enjoy to have a working Ice Shards, Blizzard, or Ice Shards and Blizzard build. With all the unique items and everything. Oh my god, is this... No, it's not. They just look all the same. But I really hope it will work. That's just my... I really hope I don't need Ball Lightning to clear it. Like, that is my hoping. Is it gonna work? I have no idea. Like, if they make it that you only can clear tier 25 with a pure Ball Lightning build and, like, maximum damage, that would be so depressing. And it's lagging again. Like, I need an amulet with Conjuration Mastery and plus armor. How do I get that? I could just reroll one indefinitely. Like, I would probably spend like 1 billion gold to do that. But I really cannot play Shako without max armor on my amulet. Maybe I farm some blood ties tomorrow. Just get like some stupid amount of amulets. Or I just buy one. Maybe I can buy one. You think I get a good amulet for 1 billion gold? Like, anybody wants to sell an amulet? Plus 2 conjuration mastery, plus 2 mastery skills. Max armor and cooldown reduction. Duration mastery. Mastery skills. Search. Oh, 2.2 million, billion. That is actually a shitty one. My god, these are so bad. Like, what is this? Like, why would you pay 2 point... Like, that is not even good rolls. Like, what if you remove one? Like, let's say you remove total armor. And then you get a lot of. Why is he dropping his junk on the ground? That's like so annoying. Like, what if I accidentally pick it up? I think it's a good strategy to, like, if you just buy 3 out of 4 pieces for like 50 million gold or like 100 million gold each and just roll them, it's probably better than trying to buy a 4 out of 4.
Come back if you need anything else.
What is it? 5-1? 2-1? 73. So laggy. Well, no, Duriel's not going away, but since the Abattoir of Zir starts tomorrow, you don't want to farm Duriel anymore, right? You just farm Glyph XP. Because Glyph XP is gonna do way more than Duriel farming. Well, I don't think the item design of Blue Rose is bad. If the ice spikes would have area of effect, it would be nice. But I just feel like they don't. Why do I keep finding these perfect T-balls all the time? Do I have area? That bad? nobody was using the melted heart before somebody actually discovered that it can make you immortal, right? So maybe you just gotta find the right build. But no, I think there's no use for it because the ice spikes don't have area of effect and the base damage of them is too low. But for for a frozen build, if they actually would do a nice area of effect, then it would be pretty nice. But I still want to revisit Ice Shards after Ice Shards and Blizzard after initial starting phase of Abattoir, so I still want to try it. Like, maybe it is any good. But I don't know, like, if the ice spikes just do single target damage, that's, like, stupid. I posted the build guide with the build I'm going into in the description. I just released it. It's also in the stream's description. So it's going to be a basic skill attack speed, a basic skill ball lightning build basically. So spark unstable currents, very tanky build. Like very tanky build. My hoping is that I can push like medium levels very fast without dying. Like, I wish they just remove these garbage stats, man. The critical strike chance versus injured enemies. Who even had the idea to create that stat? Like, that is like the most terrible stat you can ever create. Like, why would you even want to have it? Like, in the first place, it's just beyond me.
Like, literally, am I stupid? It just doesn't drop any amulets. This would be so nice if it had like a third stat. Like max armor, damage reduction from burning. This would be such a great piece. Yeah, so there's a guy on YouTube who uses the ring, but, you know, the question is, does it actually do damage? Like, just because he's using it, doesn't mean that it's any good, right? I mean, I used it, like, in my very first Ice Shards build, but I didn't have a high roll on the ring. And also, obviously, I didn't have the lucky hit, and all the endgame items. No Tarashas. But the weird thing about it is, like, if the ice spikes, if you play ice spikes, you play blizzard, right? And blizzard lucky hit chance is literally, it's not really there. So why would you design a ring which buffs ice spike, which spawns ice spikes, where the only build buffing ice spike is blizzard, where you cannot use it then? Like, that was the weird thing I was thinking about. And so initially my thoughts would be, if you would play Ball Lightning with Frostburns, and then you would have a very, very high proc chance on that spikes. But I don't know, that was just my thinking. It could work some kind with lightning builds with a very high attack rate. Or obviously to augment ice shards and just don't buff the ice spikes at all. But I don't know. I mean, it's probably not going to be a thing.
Hello.
They want to try it though. Or two. "78 runs. Was it?
See anything you like?
Total armor, but nothing else.
All things have value, I suppose.
If it wouldn't be so laggy, like, it doesn't matter, but it's still super annoying. I hope it doesn't lag tomorrow.
But I don't need the RNG anymore. I already have the Shako. So I'm just like continuing for the melted heart, but I don't really need it. But I kind of want to have it. Because I just want to try out how it works. But I mean, like, farming it now, like, literally next month, it's just gonna be garbage again. Because if it gets nerfed, then there's pretty much not going to be any point in using it anymore. So yeah, like, these are, like, the last Duriel runs. So once I'm finished with this, I'm not doing, like, 400. I'm probably gonna stop at 100. Just gonna call it 100 now. That's gonna be it. Well, what you saw at the footage is completely speculative, right? So, he got significantly more damage. Like, don't underestimate it. Like, you in the clip, you could clearly see that he significantly received more damage. And what I'm saying is, it's not going to be about the mobs. Like, it's not going to be about the trash. Like, the only thing which is gonna be interesting is going to be the Bloodseekers at the end. I don't think, like, the trash mobs will be an issue for any build. It's just gonna be those Bloodseekers. And if you fail killing those Bloodseekers, well, guess what? The run is wasted. And, I mean, if, like, you probably, like, encountered like, if you play Nightmare 100 and you meet those Bloodseekers and you don't have a tanky build, like, they're just gonna kill you. Like, if you can't crowd control them, or if they have, like, Unstoppable, like, they really hit hard. And maybe, like, in a tier 10, it's still okay, but for example, in a tier 25, those might just be so strong that they just insta-gip you if you don't play, like, super defensive. Yeah, sure you can crowd control them, but they're gonna get unstoppable. Like, no matter what. And then, again, there's dungeon affixes. What if they are unstoppable and armor breakers? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, if you're playing, like, T-Ballz, Godslayer Crown, whatever, like, all that junk, and you just gonna have, like, 8.5k base armor, and then you put Disobedience on your amulet, and then they just go armor breaking and reduce your base armor, then you'll be like, what? You just wasted a run. Or if you play hardcore, you just wasted your life, basically. So, I mean, it's speculation, right? We don't know how it scales. We just saw, like, a guy without damage numbers. We didn't see his Paragon board. We only saw half of his gear. And from what we saw, he didn't have the best gear overall. So, if he had damage numbers on, that would be a different story. But, you know, I think he didn't put damage numbers on purpose. Because he didn't want us to see how much damage he was actually doing. Yes, correct. That's what would have happened.
But, you know, like, maybe it's just you can face roll it with your regular ball lightning build. Like, you know, who knows? I just would feel like it's pretty boring if they wouldn't add some kind of a challenge. Because they, like, pretty much hype this content. And if they now just, you know, basically put, like, some more Nightmare Dungeon-ish scaling on it, and all the ball lightning sources and all the Hoda barbs just face roll it, like, no problem. You know, then they would have the same shitstorm all over again. Right? They'd be like, it's gonna be very challenging, it's gonna be like the super pinnacle challenge, whatever. Like, you're gonna have like... You know, and then it's just... If it's not gonna be hard, then... Like, it's gonna be a shitstorm. So I assume the Bloodseekers at the end are gonna be really hard. Yeah, I have like 15k, I have like 2k Fiend Roses. That's like... I'm like done with Helltide farming for the good. Yeah, I mean, you can't know if there's any breakpoints, right? It's like super hard to know because we don't know anything about the actual scaling. So I wouldn't speculate. Maybe like, you know, maybe you're gonna farm like tier 10s for like days before you can break a tier 15. Maybe you farm like tier 15 for days before you can break a tier 20. Or maybe you just face roll everything within a day because it's just so easy. Like with Blizzard, everything can happen, right? They fail stuff like that on a regular base. Like, they tell you, yeah, it's gonna be the hardest content you have ever played, and then they just gonna, you know, it's just gonna be face rolled by a random ball lightning build. Like, that would be just so much shitstorm. I really hope they took care of that problem. Like, if it would actually be like something extremely hard to achieve to beat the tier 25, right? And if it would be an actual accomplishment to beat it because it's like exceptionally hard, that would be great. But my assumption is just it's gonna take like one day and it's gonna be done. That's just my overall feeling on like the Blizzard way of things.
Come back if you need anything else. Hmm?
Yeah, my assumption is probably the patch just is not gonna work like last time. It's probably just gonna crash. But you know, well, at least it's an instance, so it might actually work. My assumption is something with the patch goes wrong, or like they completely messed something up. Like, they gotta mess something up, right? They always mess something up. I mean, the goal here has to be the following, right? You have to get class balance up and running, like you have to get good class balance, and then you have to make endgame content, which is extremely challenging. So, like in this case, if you want to beat the tier 25, you need perfect gear, you need, like, actually skill, you actually need luck with the affixes, you need luck with the shrines, like, to make it like something really, really challenging. And not something you can face roll. That would be my wishes. So what's the
1,000 megabytes fiber gonna help you if you're only gonna download with 4 kilobytes a second because Blizzard servers are too slow. Yeah, I'm already like worried because there's no pre-patch download. Like once again. Like the download doesn't start now. This is actually not a terrible piece. If it had any good stat on it. Like they used to do peer-to-peer with the big patches, like back in the days where internet traffic would actually cost money. Like with World of Warcraft, they used to do peer-to-peer patching like 2 weeks beforehand to just save money. And that actually worked very well. But yeah, now with that's a long time right now. Like everything is hosted by Amazon anyway, and by Amazon you don't pay. Like you can just pay for traffic, so it's not gonna break. Like whatever reason was why the patch was running at like 4 kilobytes a second, that was definitely not a bandwidth issue. That was something else, like some broken protocol or whatever, some broken route. No, I think they don't do it anymore because it just the way how internet traffic is sold has changed. So beforehand they would do that because they would be hosting it on servers and they would only have a certain bandwidth capacity. Like let's say they have like whatever, like 100 gigabytes per second or something like that, just a like made up number, and they would expect like 10 times the amount of those downloads. Then they would just start pre-streaming it like a week beforehand, so they wouldn't hit the cap. But that has been quite some while ago, and like meanwhile, like usually like these get distributed by services like Amazon, where you simply pay for traffic. Like you don't pay for like the bandwidth. Like the bandwidth won't be the problem. You just pay for the actual amounts of gigabytes downloaded, basically. But then obviously also Amazon can fail, right? But also, it might also be data mining issues, but I mean in general the data mining happens anyway, right? Like everything gets data mined all the time. Is this actually good? No. But it's probably also, maybe it's a combination of both, like, who knows?
Don't ruin all that work.
I believe it's like 250 runs. I didn't count it exactly, but I assume it's somewhere around 250. I mean, I guess it depends on how good your ring is. Like, how bad is your Tar Russia ring? Like, is it like a 10% with no cooldown reduction? Yeah, I mean 250 is not that bad, right? Like, I actually can't complain. Like, there's people who took like 500 plus and even more. So, I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I farmed a lot of Varshan because the first Duriel runs, you actually had to still farm the materials. And now you can just buy the materials on a Diablo trade. Should I keep this? I keep it. So right now, I mean, farming Varshan doesn't take very long, right? So if you just want like a good ring, you probably just need like 10 summoning sets, then you get like 40 rotations and you're gonna drop like 15 rings. So I wouldn't say, also, I would probably do it. Like, if you have a really bad ring, I would do it. Yeah, I got like another Endarials. I got like 4 of them, but that's it. I'm still hoping for the heart, but you know, I'm gonna stop at 100. So I'm gonna do 4 more rotations, then I'm gonna call it a day. If I don't find it, then I don't find it. That's going to be it. I mean, statistically, if they say, like, what was it, the drop chance for the Uber Uniques, like 3.3%. So I have 2 and like 60 runs. So I just feel like, yeah, the statistic, like, you kind of get the Uber Uniques, but it's still massive RNG. Wh- 5.1 is the lucky hit and 8.9 is the cooldown reduction. Well, that's actually not too bad. Like, unless you play like a super lucky hit focused build. I mean, like everything on top, like it's min-maxing, right? So, I mean, the rolls are not terrible. Cooldown reduction is the most important roll usually. And, well, 12.5% is not terrible. So, but it doesn't take you long, right? If you get some summoning materials for Varshan and you do like, let's, you know, make it 10 rotations, it's gonna take you like maybe 1 hour for the rotations and 2 hours farming if you farm efficiently. Like if you go, like I always used to do, you know, I do all my world bosses and then whenever the blood harvest spawns, I do the blood harvest events. So I go in at like a minute and an hour and 55 minutes. So then I do the blood harvest event in the last 5 minutes. Then it ends, and the next blood harvest spawns at the full hour. And then I do that, so I can do 2 blood harvest events within 10 minutes. That's like around 20 summoning materials. And then you do the world bosses, and if you collect them for a couple of days, like usually it's... I feel like it's not an issue to farm those. Yeah, but 36.98 is nice. Like, it's better than mine. I mean, it depends on the build. Are you using anticipation? Okay, because like I'm on 38.61 without anticipation. So like probably the maximum without anticipation you can reach is probably like 35 seconds. Yeah, you probably don't want to use flicker step, like really. Like if you can avoid it, don't use it. Oh, it's not even reset. I mean, I don't think there's a build which legitimately should use flicker step. Like, I know they play ball lightning with flicker step, but like, I don't think you get more damage out than just using Asus boots. Because you can find a Shako with 10 Duriel runs. Like, the drop chance on Shako is like, what? I think 0.5%. So if you do 10 Duriel runs, that's a 5% chance. So that's still like 10 times better than playing like Powerball, Lottery, or Scratch Off. It's not great, but it's possible. Well, just put it like this, right? If you would have a chance for $1 million and the chance would be 5%, like, you would do it, right? You wouldn't be like, oh, the chance is so low, I'm not gonna do it. Also, you still, like, don't underestimate Duriel, right? You find rare items. You find other uniques. Definitely worth doing them. But I can just tell you, like, if you have spare gold, you can go on Diablo.trade, and currently a Duriel summoning set sells for like 15 million gold. So like I have 1.5 billion gold, so if I wanted, I could buy another 100 Duriel summoning sets. So it's actually... Well, RNG is gonna be RNG. But also, like, I don't think it's necessarily true that these streamers say I, like, did 1200 Uber Duriels. You know, you can believe that, or you cannot believe that. Like, I can just tell you, if I would have to do, like, 1200 Uber Duriels, I would probably be jumping off a cliff instead of making a stream about it.
Which build you're talking about? I have a lot of builds. What? No, that's not does Varshan even drop raiment? I actually never checked that because raiments drop like everywhere. Like I probably salvaged like hundreds of them. The spark balls, that's like a highly endgame build. If you're still like level 91, I wouldn't recommend that. If you're still level like on level 91, like generally chain lightning builds play good. That's what I probably go. I mean, you can go Blizzard, but my Blizzard guide is pretty outdated. Blizzard also plays good, but you need the aspects. If you have the aspects for Blizzard, it plays great in leveling phase. Or Lightning doesn't play so good in leveling phase. So really, Chain Lightning is great because you have no issues with mana regeneration. And Blizzard, if you have the aspects, plays very great because it has very high crowd control and pretty high damage output. Yeah, Ball Lightning is squishy if you don't have the gear.
Greetings. Hello. Greetings. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, leveling builds is like... Yes, well, it always depends, but Arclish is always a great build because, like, all the early game builds where you don't have to worry about resource are, like, in general great. So if you play Arclish, you don't have to worry about resource. And everything, and that's the great thing about Chain Lightning, because you usually don't have to worry about a resource if you have a recharging aspect. Yeah, don't use rage gaming. Like, that is just the clickbait of all clickbaits. Like, literally, like, don't... Like, disregard everything which starts with rage gaming. Like, those builds are, like, just terrible. Like, the guy has no clue. Really, all his builds are, like, completely terrible. Like, there's really nothing good about his builds. He just takes a random build and makes it way worse. Like if you check at the beginning of the season, like, you know, just look at that from a content creator point of view, right? The guy makes one video every day and calls it the best whatever, right? And then you start the video and it's complete garbage. Like, he's like level 90 or something like that and just is like farming a Helltide and is calling like the build the best whatever. Just start with the best and put whatever after that. That's gonna be it. And like, if you look at his skill trees, like he's speccing into, like, what is this called here? He's speccing into like potent warding and shit like that. Like, he just like does like terrible builds. Like, they are so bad. Like, it's really, really bad. And like, another thing you have to check, if you look at these videos, look at the keywords in the video description. You will find
keyword stuffing. That's how they called it back in search engine optimization days. He stuffs his videos with keywords, so he says there's like a blob of text, which just includes keyword, because he's just... That guy is just purely out for money, right? Like, he probably has a voice recording template where he records his stuff, and then he probably has like some guy working for him, putting it together, smashes a random video below it, and just puts it up to get like 40k views. Like, that is my opinion about that. But didn't he make 10 videos in season 0? This is the best build of all? Like... like, I just see the thumbnails popping up, and it's every time, this is the best build. And I sometimes skip into it, and then I see, like, something completely weird. Like, I don't even know, there was, like, one build where he was jumping, like, a pack of mobs with Rain Man, and then going for charge Ballz, and calling it the absolute best possible build. I don't know. Like, super strange. I just don't like that. I would never label anything the best. Like, think about it. Labeling something the best, like, is already, like, you're already putting yourself in a position where you automatically say something which is incorrect, right? You cannot tell that something is the best. Like, if you say, this is the best, you're just lying. Like, that is the whole nature. You cannot say something is the best unless you can prove it is the best. Like if you, how's it called? Like freaking Usain Bolt runs the world record, right? You can say, yeah, I'm the best. Okay, that's a legitimate reason for saying something is the best. Because, you know, it's proven. But if I make a random build and I just say it's the best build because I want people to believe it or whatever, like, I don't know. If you, in my mind, that just discredits you as, like, whatever you want to be. Like, I wouldn't touch this topic saying that anything is the best. You can say it's a great build, it's like a super tanky build, it's like a stomp everything build, it's a face roll build. You can do like so many words, but as soon as you start using the word the best, like, it's better gonna be like really fucking awesome, or you're just discrediting yourself. Like, you're just making, like, you get the point, right? I just dislike this whole labeling something with the best. I don't know if it's like a thing. Yeah, correct. It gets clicks. That's it. I have a 90. Lost track of my calculations. I'm at 93 now. No, you like, basically, if you look, like, I have like, look, 150 of these materials, and you can just keep them in your inventory, and then you just go on Discord and you search a group, and everybody just like one summon, and then you just go for a rotation. And you can actually buy those. Like, if you have a lot of gold, You can buy a Duriel summoning set on so two things you should know here. First of all, if you have a Varshan summoning set, so one of these 4 bones and malignant heart and whatever these things are called, right? You can sell the Varshan summoning set for 15 million gold. And then you can buy a Duriel summoning set for 10 million gold. So instead of summoning Varshan 2 times and summoning this other boss, Grigor, whatever it's called, 2 times, you can actually just sell 1 Varshan set and buy a Duriel set. So if you want to save yourself the farming time, you can go on Diablo.trade, sell your Varshan sets and buy Duriel sets. It's super easy. It only takes like 5 minutes. So I used to farm them myself, but I stopped it.
Aid would be welcome.
Or maybe I just stop now. One guy leaves. Yeah, you can check Diablo.trade. It's super easy. 15 million gold is usually not a lot. Like, if you just play dungeons or farming, like 15 million gold you get like within half an hour probably. So how do I get an amulet with total armor? Is that even possible? Maybe I just try to roll one. Just gotta check it out now. What do I need? That's actually good stats. Good. This also has pretty nice. I'm like looking for like specific gear pieces in like forever, and that is just like I just can't find certain pieces. I like get like so many of one kind, but I just can't find like the other ones. It's like don't want to deal with this. Okay, so let's see.
Don't ruin all that work.
So I need an amulet with cooldown reduction, mastery skills, conjuration mastery, and total armor. So let me see what do we have. Newest fur. Jesus, these rolls. Okay, you should probably say minimum 2, minimum 2. $4.5. Make an offer. 1 billion. 1 billion for the roll? Nobody has what I want. Wonder what combination you need to search for. Actually not bad. Like it's a min roll, but I feel like the price is good. Oh, this one is just online 19 days ago. Well, probably not gonna get this one. So what's the third one you can check here? You can check cooldown reduction. Armor, cooldown reduction, ranks of conjuration master. 50 million? Yeah, that's what you get. Billions. That's actually good ones. I'm probably just gonna try to buy one tomorrow. Or this one is awesome. This guy is online. I want this. But look, like how easy it is to do these trades, right? You just give them your battle tag, and that's gonna be it. Type here. Then they're just gonna add you and sell you whatever you want. Like for like rares, if you want to trade rares, it's really like it's super easy. There's really nothing you really need to take care of. Sometimes you find really good ones. You just want to get the 3 out of 4 rolls. Because you're never gonna find a good 4 out of 4. Like it's not happening. This guy. No, I actually have an eBay store. I run like multiple businesses. So let's see. Total armor. This is like such a good piece. Like it's like so cheap. Like I'm really happy with that price.
thank you. Till our roads cross again.
So let's roll this. Hmm. Okay, in the end you might just end up with nothing if you just cannot roll the epics, but you know. You don't need this. Like you would like you really think like 6.7% intelligence is actually not much worse than +3 mastery skills? There you go. So I just got myself the perfect amulet for like 300 million. Like this is god tier. Right? Like it's not gonna get much better than this. And I just did it by I just buy a 3 out of 4 and roll it, and I could do this like in extensive amount of times. So this is basically how you can get very good gear pieces. Just buy 3 out of 4s and roll them. Because people sell 3 out of 4s way too cheap. They don't understand. Like basically, you have to understand a 3 out of 4 has basically almost the same value than a 4 out of 4. Because like at this point, the gold for rerolling items is pretty much irrelevant. Because we have so much gold, right? Like all the whispers, they give so much gold. So you can easily reroll an item up to like 20 million. So you can reroll it like 50 times. And before you had like a problem because you didn't have enough gold. So you could only reroll an item for like maybe 20 times, then it would become too expensive and you had to discard the item. But now you just buy a 3 out of 4 and you can just roll it like indefinitely and you're gonna get the stat you want. Like so you shouldn't like, yes, you can take like 5 billion gold and buy a 4 out of 4, but you might as well just buy 5 3 out of 4 and roll them, and you're gonna end up with like paying way less. So yeah, that's good. So all I'm gonna lose now is 15% basic skill attack speed. Well, it's actually 12 points. So I'm gonna be sad, but yeah. What you gonna do? Like, Shako is Shako, right? Put it on. There you go. And then I got... We have the aspect. Probably still have one of those. Pretty sure I have a perfect one somewhere. Anyway. I guess the goal for today is done. Oh, I forget. Two of these. So, like, the great thing about the Shako now is because you can actually spec points out of these skills. You just put 1 point into. And that's what I like most about it. Because I don't need anything in these. And now I have 2 more points I can redistribute. Actually, I have 3 more points I can redistribute because I can also take the point out of Firebolt. So that's one additional bonus you get out of this item. Now I have just 3 more points I can put somewhere. I don't even know where. Would probably put them into this one, this one. probably movement speed and then go to probably do it like this. And I can probably take one out of here, and then I can probably do this. And like that is like nice. Also like the Firebolt enchantment, I know it doesn't do damage, but with the Shako it still does more damage. Like there's definitely value above the 4 Ball Lightning ranks it gives. The most value is definitely the 4 Ball Lightning ranks, but there's more value on top of it. Like these Lightning Spares, they do a little bit of damage. They don't do great damage, but they do a little bit of damage. And, you know, Charge Bolt, Chain Lightnings, they don't do damage. Doesn't matter at all, pretty much. It's just nuances. The most I like about it is that you get the extra skill point, you get the extra duration on Flame Shield. So what you could actually do in this build is you could get an Amulet with plus defensives. You can get Boots with plus defensive and skip Asus. And then you can get, I think it's 3.6 seconds on Flame Shield. And I still wanted to try it out. I didn't have time for it yet, but I was thinking that you can get Immortal basically by having permanent Flame Shield. If you have Shako, you can get like 3.6 seconds on it, and then you have the how's it called here, the Elemental Attunement to reset it. Then there's the defensive aspect, which 6% when you get hit. 6% when you get hit to reset a defensive skill. You could probably put that even on an amulet for like 9%. I'm pretty sure like if you have Flame Shield up and you get hit, it still counts as getting hit. So I'm pretty sure you can actually get it. And yeah, then you have Hectic. I didn't try it yet. I wanted to try it, but I didn't want to try it without Shako. And I would probably not want to get rid of Asus, so I would probably try it without Asus. Because that's another 0.4 seconds. But I don't really want to lose Asus. Like, that doesn't feel like a good option. Yeah, it's the... Why do I have... still... I don't have the correct amulet. I was just wondering, why do I have so many ranks and conjuration skills? Right. Yeah, I will play around with it a little bit more. But anyway, so I will be streaming tomorrow for the start of Abattoir of Zir. And then probably next time this weekend or somewhere around this week. I don't know yet. Have to see. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this here for now. So make sure to check out the build guide and make sure to, if you like tune in tomorrow and see my initial take on Abattoir of Zir. Super excited if the build's gonna work out or not. Maybe I tried the Infinite Flame Shield before. You're welcome.